What's up, comic book collectors and enthusiasts? I'm Brandon, and you're watching M.O.N.Comics. Welcome back, everyone. This week I wanted to show some books that I got, and actually they're pretty unique in that the first set of books I got were created by a local comic book artist that lives 15 minutes from me, a good friend of mine by the name of Shaun Evans. He owns a tattoo studio about 15 minutes away from where I live, and he's actually my tattoo artist. And I remembered him saying a few years ago that he wanted to get into making his own comic, and we hadn't talked much since then, but then I got back into collecting, and he got back into collecting, and I reached out, and he said, yeah, my Kickstarter is about to go live for the fourth issue. So I said, awesome. So I went into Kickstarter, and I actually backed his whole catalog so I could get all the back issues. And he gave them to me both in digital and in physical form. So the name of the comic he created is called Bitey, and it's a horror zombie comic. And Bitey is what they refer to the zombies in this post-apocalyptic world. And the first two issues, which is this one and this one, came out in 2020. He launched a Kickstarter rather, and he got both of these funded, so he was able to make two. And then the third one came out in August of 2021, which is this issue. And then the fourth issue came out just recently, which is this issue. And he actually made a variant cover for this issue as well. But I will always back small local artists, if you will, and people who are trying to just follow their passion. And comic book writing and creation is obviously a huge undertaking. He did the illustrations and wrote all the stories for every one of these issues. He's slated to have 13 issues altogether, and I went through this past week and I read all of them, and I love it. I love a good zombie post-apocalyptic setting. And the book follows, this is the main character. Her name is Harmony, and she is a young girl who actually has a pet snake in a jar called Famimi. And that snake can actually sense when the biteys or zombies are around, so it'll start going nuts in the jar, which I thought was really cool. And then she's also followed around by her mom, who is actually turned, but she just follows her around, and it's like she's trying to catch her, but also like she's looking after her. So I found that really cool. The writing's really smart. The illustration art is amazing in them. He's very talented, and this is definitely for mature audiences. It's not for kids. So fair warning there. And besides Harmony, one of the main characters is F-Bomb. And I don't know if you can see, I love this cover. He's got the sign of the devil up, and he's holding the zombie by the throat like he's taking a selfie. And he is written hilariously. I would say Deadpool, Jack Burtonish from Big Trouble in China-esque. Just a lot of great characters I see coming out of it. So it's someone who survived the apocalypse but still has a sense of humor, and he's really well written, and the lines are great. And I just really got into this character. So he's another main one that you're following around, and he's setting the stage. There's a lot of great parts of this book that make you ask questions, and that's a great thing in a comic book that leaves you wanting more to find out what's going to go on in the next issue. His inspirations were zombie movies from his youth that gave him nightmares, and Evil Dead. That's definitely an inspiration. You can see that in here. So it was really fun to pick these up and support a friend and someone local. I will put his Instagram page and his website down in the description, and I'll throw some pictures of his business card up here. So he also, besides Bitey, he also then wrote this book called Inksucker, and the art is done by another tattoo artist from the area by the name of Rich Tuttle. Really cool book. Again, not for young audiences, but I love the art and imagery in this book. I love a good vampire story. I've always been a vampire fan, and this book does a really good job of setting a different scene, if you will. And there's some just great visceral images in here that I really enjoyed. And besides that, he also made, now these are separate stories. Inksucker and Huntington Place, more of a scary ghost story. This was written by his brother Steve, and Shaun did the art on this one, and these are separate stories. So I backed the Kickstarter. He got all these in, and then just to show, I mean, he's really put his all into it, and he created some trading cards. So there's Mama, there's Harmony, there's F-Bomb, and this is Bunny, who I've seen just a little bit of. You don't know much about her yet, which is great. So he made these cards. He's got stickers he made up. I mean, for one person in the Bitey series, at least that he did by himself, this is a big undertaking. It's a lot of work. F-Bomb pin. And then he's got his business card. M.O.N.Comics website. I'll also, again, link this in the description and put it up there. And then something that he included that I thought was really great that I didn't have was a bookmark. So it's a Bitey F-Bomb bookmark, and it was great. I actually laid down in bed last night and I took his books, and I didn't finish it till today, but I was able to bookmark it. So I'm going to use it on my comics. It's really smart. And he was also kind enough to include a signed print, and he's just a great, talented artist, and I love his work, and might have to get a horror tattoo next. So yeah, I just wanted to give him the recognition he deserves. I'm really enjoying reading his books. It's great to have someone local to me that's enjoying the passion, and we've been talking a lot over the past few days about books and what he's planning with these comics, and I can't wait to back the next issues coming up. So definitely go check him out, and yeah, it's a great read and great art. So while I was talking to Shaun, and I said, hey, I'll come pick these books up at your tattoo studio, the Bitey issues and the other stuff I bought off Kickstarter from him, he also said that he had some other comics that he was trying to get rid of because he was trying to focus his collection a little bit more, kind of like I'm doing, or trying to do at least. And I said, what do you got? Let me see. And he's usually, he's a pre-code horror, pretty big time collector. He's got some sweet books, but he had some different Marvel books, and I said I'd love to buy them, and but it's just the books that he showed were pretty expensive, but they were in lower grade. So he was like, you know what, give me X amount. So he gave me a killer deal. Like, I don't think I would have been able to afford this kind of package without him being so kind about it. So he came up with a price. I agreed upon it, and then I also surprised him. I brought him a slab of a Batman versus Predator, because I feel that if someone's willing to give you a great deal and be kind, you gotta karma, pass it back, and show them you appreciate it. So I really appreciate these pickups. They're some cool book. They're all Silver Age except for one, but I'll just talk about that briefly. But there's some really great books. The first of which is Daredevil #3. First appearance of the Owl. Of course, it has Daredevil still in the yellow and black suit with the 1D on the chest. So this was August of '94, written by Stan Lee, and this cover is actually done by Jack Kirby. And this is where he actually has a hood where he can store his civilian clothes, but it's the only issue they ever mentioned, and he doesn't use it again. It wasn't until the 7th issue, when Wally Wood came on board, that he was switched to a red suit with the 2Ds on the chest. And I've did a lot of research on that, and Daredevil, I think Karen Page might have said, well, that was in the newer ones. Karen Page said a devil should be red, but Daredevil wanted to change it to a red suit. He could feel colors with his superpowers and want it to be a little darker and more like a devil. But Wally Wood, who it comes from a background of EC horror, weird science, weird fantasies, and Mad magazines, thought yellow, back then too, at this time in the 60s, yellow was the color of cowardice. So he switched it to the red. So only the first 6 issues of the Daredevil solo title feature him in the yellow and black suit. But he's in some Spider-Man with the yellow and black suit as making cameo appearances. And I'm not sure what else he's in, but I know for sure he's in a Spider-Man issue with the yellow and red suit. But I was super psyched to get this early Daredevil. Now, there's a lot of issues with it. It's actually missing a piece out of the last page. But the colors are good. This can be an expensive book in better condition. The spine has some damage, but it's an awesome book. I never thought I'd own a Daredevil in the yellow and black costume. I'm probably going to get this graded for preservation purposes because it's just so old already, and as time goes on, it'll only deteriorate more. I'm scared to read it. It could hurt it. It's pretty fragile. So, but very cool. Very excited to add this to my collection. Daredevil #3. I have some other Daredevil, like only one or two other Silver Age I had before picking this lot up. So, very excited to add some more Silver Age Daredevil to my collection. The next book features one of the most infamous Daredevil or comic villains ever. It is Stiltman. It's Daredevil #8. As you can see now, the Daredevil Daredevil #7 was when it switched to the red costume and Namor was in that issue. But now you can see he's in full swing. He's got the double D and he's got the red and black suit. And this is Daredevil #8. Wilbur Day, who is Stiltman. Again, this is in rough shape. I haven't checked all the pages, but the cover still presents well. Again, these are nostalgia and just to go into my collection. It is a key book with the Stiltman, so I thought this was an awesome one to add, and I'm very thankful that I could add this to the collection. So, yeah. The next books he was able to hook me up with were all Daredevil. Again, this was Daredevil #10. Again, with the red and the double D. Again, these are all lower to mid grade, but it's just great to have some Silver Age. I love Silver Age books, really do. And they're, not that easy to come by, and to get a huge, a good sized lot like this, I was very thankful. So, Daredevil #10, Daredevil #51. This reminds me of the Ben Affleck movie when he's a kid sliding down. They must have taken that right from this comic book. The next book is something I don't have a lot of in my collection, but I was happy to add it, is Iron Man, and in particular Silver Age. This is Iron Man #7, and he is fighting the Gladiator on the cover. This is written by Archie Goodwin and cover by George Tuska. Something really cool was when I started to open this and read through the story, the inker in this was Johnny Craig of Pre-Code Horror fame. He came and worked on a few Marvel titles, and this is one of them. Really cool cover. As a kid, anything with buzzsaws and blades attached to the wrist, I was sold on. So he actually fought Daredevil previously to this issue and lost. So he has been a villain in a couple different stories. But very cool. I like how it's slashed across the Iron Man up top. But this is actually pretty decent. There's some issues to it if you look up close. But overall, the colors are great, and I'm really happy to add this one to my collection. The next book is not Silver Age, but it is a favorite cover of mine that I'm actually really excited to have. It's Amazing Spider-Man #136 from September 1974, written by George Conway, cover by John Romita. And the key of this book is that it is the first appearance of Harry Osborn as the Green Goblin. We all know Norman was the original, and very excited to have this in the collection too. I just love Goblin covers, and to pick up a key, I was very happy to do that. So, awesome. The next three books are all the same title, just varying across the timeline of them. So they're all Avengers books. So you have Avengers 21, Avengers 22, and Avengers 51. So it's always nice when you can pick up some Silver Age Avengers. None of these are really key books. They're more like fill-in stories, but they do have Cap on them. I love Goliath in this one. It's a really cool cover. Iron Man on the front, Thor, and Captain America here. So yeah, anytime I can grab Avengers book, I'm very happy to do so. So awesome. Very happy about that pickup. He was kind enough to throw in a couple books that I didn't even, have on there when we made the deal, but he knows I'm a Man-Thing fan, so he sent Marvel Team Up 122 with Spider-Man and the Man-Thing, and a very cool cover. I actually do already have this book, and but Man-Thing has enveloped Spider-Man in there, so it's a very cool cover. Very happy about that. And he also sent this more modern Iron Man 228 versus the Captain. Captain America looks kind of evil there, but I was really appreciative, really thankful. I didn't expect any extras. He gave me such a good deal on that I was just like, wow, thanks. So I'm up to a little over 50 followers, and I'm very appreciative, but I'm trying to see if I can hit the 100 follower mark. So in hopes of doing that, I'm really wanted to do a giveaway. So if anyone watching this could hit the like and subscribe button and push me to 100 followers, I'm going to give this to one lucky person. I'll probably do something in the comments with a hashtag and then use a random number selector to pick it. But I'm going to be giving away the Daredevil number 65. I'll be giving away Avengers 21 Silver Age. I will also be giving away the Amazing Spider-Man and the Man-Thing Marvel Team Up 122. And to keep in with the horror theme of Shaun's comics, I'm going to go with a DC Ghosts number 19. So really cool books for anyone to add their collection. Go down and leave me a comment and tell me which of these books you'd really like to have. And if we can hit 100 subscribers, I will give them away. So as always, I really appreciate everyone's support and watching, and keep reading those comics. Until next time.